All right, what's going on, everybody? Canuck here. We are back, and we are in the off season here of the Canadian Baseball League after an amazing run to the final, but we just kind of ran out of steam, and unfortunately, we got swept in four by Cape Breton. So we now move to the off season as we've been just focusing on a day by day, game by game basis. Now we got to get back into team building mode. And the issue we've been struggling with the whole time has been money. Every team's been in the negative. It's been an issue. I've been trying to figure out, how do I fix it? How do I fix it? I think I have a solution, or I think I found the solution, where I was able to actually increase budgets without changing the player salaries too much. So, and I think I've got it to an arrangement where teams can definitely build up their payrolls, but they're still going to have to manage their money. So before we jump into any signings and stuff, here's what I did. So in the options now, in the financials, I played around with it. I essentially pretty close to doubled everything by kind of increasing the media contracts. And then what else did I do here? I think I mass adjusted by about like 20% or something. And that seemed to do the trick, because if you look at it now, we were going into with about a $45 million budget. We now have a $90 million budget. So we've got lots of money to play with. And I think this will solve the issues of amazing players being left on free agency, because it's going to be an absolute shopping spree for all teams this time, which I think will be fun. But yeah, I think just managing salary, I think this will be at least a little bit more fun, and some trades can be made, because now no team hopefully will be too handcuffed by their budget. So yeah, kind of accounting wise, it looks like, it goes up maybe about 10 million next year. I'm not sure about this, but anyway, we're taking it on a year by year basis. But yeah, essentially everything's doubled again. So I think ticket prices were like, what, $15? Now they're back up to like 23, 24. So, that's the bit of realism that we've kind of had to be like, okay, well, whatever. But I want to get these, roughly as realistic as I can. These are kind of lining up maybe with MLB 2007, 2008 numbers, although I haven't gone and checked. But you know what? It is what it is. And just as long as every team is on roughly an even playing field, I think we're all good. So we'll just keep a close eye on it, but I think I've fixed it for the time being. So it should be an interesting offseason, because lots of teams, including us, we've got some money to play with. So this will very much change how we build our team going forward. We're a good team, but again, we kind of just got lucky to get through Calgary and Edmonton. They're going to be loading up and stocking up. We know that. They've got two very high payrolls. They've got some good guys locked up for a while as well. So that's going to remain an issue. So we have to really build up to keep up with these guys, or we're going to fall by the wayside. So if we look at kind of where we're going to be seeing issues, or maybe chances to improve our team. So if we just go to salaries, I mean, we've got a few big guys locked up for a few years. Mike Pottle's going to arbitration, so we're probably going to look at keeping him. Pottle was pretty good for us this season. Henry's still locked in for another 2 years. Fred Mills is around for another 2 years still as well. So we don't really have to worry too much about these guys. Bulger is going to free agency. And I'm going to look at just one more time at a contract extension. I mean, these numbers are getting high, but kind of what we expect. I mean, we could afford it. Bulger has just an absolute cannon, and we saw that on display in the playoffs. At first, I was like, yeah, Bulger's done with us. I don't know, though. I mean, I'm going to go take a look kind of who upcoming free agencies, and this is going to be, is it going to be a strong free agent draft? I don't know. Or not draft, but like, is there a center fielder that, Jose Curiel is going to be demanding 11 million? Cam Pitts, 12? So, and there's George Bulger here, kind of demanding, relatively cheap, and he's probably the youngest available. So I'm kind of wondering, maybe we look at an extension for Bulger because there's not really much replacement wise that we're going to go with. And moving up, I mean, we don't really have any Josiah James, he might be decent in a few years, maybe a year or two, but he's not there yet. So I think maybe we'll start today by talking to Mr. Bulger here and seeing if we can offer him an extension. So he wants obviously a big extension. 9 years. That'll get him up to age 34. That's a lot. That is quite a substantial offer. It's just kind of, how was he this year? One thing is he's fragile. So he was injured a lot, if we remember. And they weren't minor injuries either. They were relatively substantial, where he was missing weeks and months. So he is kind of a bit injury prone, which is a concern. However, I mean, we struggle on the defensive side of the ball, and Bulger is a very good defensive center fielder with an absolute cannon for an arm. He wasn't a great hitter this year. He definitely fell back a bit, but I mean, I really like what he's doing in the outfield. So, we're gonna change this. We're gonna go to about, just because of his fragility, maybe 7 years. 5.5. That's kind of fair. I mean, if I could drop that down to like 6, and then maybe like 7.5, 7.4, I'd maybe be comfortable with for the rest of the term. We'll give him a player opt out after the 3rd year. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I might actually see if we can do a team option here. And a buyout, I don't know. Buyout of like 3. I don't even know what a decent buyout is. 4 million? Like roughly kind of a little bit more than half his contract. We'll see. Let's see what he says. Yeah, okay. He's okay with that. So you know what? I think that's relatively a cheap deal. So we're gonna submit that offer, and we'll see what Bulger says. Okay. So while we're waiting on that, let's just look at who else is expiring. Not too many guys. Again, we are gonna be kind of rocking a pretty similar core, which is a good core. Can we potentially find like pitching is going to be probably a spot. If we can get a solid like number 1 pitcher. I mean, I'm just kind of looking free agent wise, upcoming pitchers. I mean, we could go after the big dog, Ivan Casanova. He's so good, although he really struggled this year. But he would be a guy I would extend an offer to, because he's outstanding. There's a couple other guys that maybe we could get for a little bit cheaper, but not bad. There's a few out there that we can go shopping for. We don't need a huge, but if we could get maybe 1 or 2, and then again kind of restock the bullpen. I don't know what we've got here. Not a lot of big relievers up for grabs. Not like really any stud relievers, but a few decent guys like this Russ Stagg. He might be. Ooh, I don't like that movement though. He gave up. What was this lead? Does this mean he led the league in home runs given up? Yeah, I think so. So this guy gives up a ton of home runs, so maybe not our fit. But there's a few decent guys in here that we can maybe look at potentially signing. So anyway, let's move to arbitration. And there are a lot of guys that we need to be considering arbitration wise. So we're gonna start with Mel Fimbres, who was actually really solid after we picked him up. Um, did we pick him up mid-season? I feel like we picked him up mid-season around the trade deadline, although it says minor league signing. Oh yeah, we did. We signed him at the beginning of the we signed him in the offseason. So he was here for the whole year. And you know what? He was really good. He was really, really good for like a kind of low end mid reliever. I was very happy with Mel. Um, he can fit in needed at non-critical junctures. Yeah, he's kind of he's a placeholder essentially. But you need those on your team. So he's asking, or do a team offer. Let's do a team offer of like $1 million. We'll change that. All right. Next, we've got Matsumoto. I find it kind of funny how he only wants 787 and he wants $1 million. I guess he's 2 years older. So Matsumoto, I mean, he had definitely a down year. That being said, the price is right. I think we're gonna keep that. Jim Riley, though, long reliever. Was he good? Not really. And he is actually demanding quite a bit. 1.7. We can find a better reliever than Jim Riley for, I think, cheaper than that. So we're going to withdraw that offer. Pete Lee. Pete Lee had a couple games up for us. He's like a number 3 depth chart catcher. He's got decent position ratings. He's not a hitter. But he actually hits pretty good in AAA. So he may be worth keeping around at, 440. That's essentially nothing nowadays. It was last year, it was a lot, but now we can play around with it a little bit more. Charles Rogers. So here's our other catcher. Who, I feel like Pete Lee could probably be our backup this year. Because Charles Rogers struggled for us. I wasn't very happy with him at all. Just wondering if we just send him on his way. Who else we've got in the system here? Do we have any catchers kind of sitting around mailing? Got Jack Wareham, but he's still not ready yet. Hmm. Um. Let's just take a look at upcoming free agents. Oop, any catchers that I'm looking price wise, kind of down here. 850, 800. I mean, you can get him down to probably 500, 600. There's some decent guys in here. And let's see, what does Rogers want? He wants 600. We're going to withdraw that offer. So, bye-bye, Rogers. Didowski, solid defensive guy. Again, another depth player. He really struggled in his games up in Vancouver. He actually struggled in Langley, too. And he's not happy. He wants 600K. He's gone as well. Manny Munoz. He was our everyday second baseman this year. He is up for arbitration. Despite this relatively weak hitting ratings here, he hit 302 with 13 home runs and 72 RBI. I mean, he was serviceable at the plate. He's a solid second baseman. He doesn't walk a lot, like at all, which means he's got a terrible eye. He doesn't strike out a ton. But yeah, he's not getting walks, but he is making contact and getting hits, which this average is actually surprising considering he's only a 50 contact. And how much does he want? 2.4? Again, that's not awful. Let's go like 2, 3. I don't want to make it too different because I don't want to have to end up paying more. Dennis Hayes, this is another depth guy. He just had a very down year. He's a solid first baseman, but we don't really need a first baseman. He's not happy. He wants to be playing in the majors. He's 29. He's gone. Doug Reeder is a priority. I mean, he's been great. He is kind of our future. I'm probably going to look to actually sign him long term eventually, but we don't need to worry about that right now as he's only 24. This is a no-brainer. He only wants 2.1 million too, so I'm just going to keep that. Mike Cross. Mike Cross. This is again another interesting one. Everyday left fielder. He's a solid outfielder, so he did win Great Glove. This year's numbers. Can I compare it to? I wish you could compare it to last year. Oh, career fielding stats. Here we go. Is he up? Is he down? Really hard to tell. So left field. Okay, here we go. Yeah, he was about the same. So he's probably again on. He's actually better in the outfield than he was last year. So another potential Great Glove winning season. I mean, he's 1.4 million. That's hard to turn. That's hard to turn down. So he's got good speed. You know, he was okay with the bat. We're gonna keep that. Troy Murray kind of came onto the scene unexpectedly. Played 140 games for us, as he's turning in definitely an everyday guy. He plays right field. I thought he DH'd more for us though. Yeah, he does DH for us a bit because who normally plays right field, Pottle. He may be a guy we look at trading. I don't want to give him away for nothing. So, yeah, I don't want to give him away for nothing. He's also a kind of expected to be a bench guy. 2.4. I mean, that's a little much, but that's okay. And then there is Mike Pottle, who definitely wants a significant raise, so he's looking at almost 6. But I mean, he's worth it. He's got that spark plug. He's at another cannon of an arm. Yeah, 5.75. I think we'll offer him that as well. Pending free agents are going. We already are offering Bulger. Alla, yeah, he didn't really do much. Dan Eddy, he can go. Well, actually. Leg was actually pretty decent. I don't know if I'd offer him 3 years, but I mean, he's a solid bench player and he was getting hits for us, so how about I go 2 at like 450? Oh, now he wants a little bit more. Let's give him a little bit more than that. How about 2 at 540? No, wow, he wants more. Really? Why is it the bench guys that are he wants 3 years, it looks like. So okay, we'll do 3 years. He's only 28. Can we do that? All right. 3 years at 530. He's a bench player. Yeah, okay. I'll submit that. Yeah, those guys can go. Cooper Blake. Yeah, he's gone. Okay. So we'll move along here. Looks like we're gonna need to hire another third base coach. Let's do that quickly. That's like in-game running. It's the skill there. Cummings is kind of the best available. Who did Cummings? Lethbridge. Lethbridge Wolverines. What team is that? Are they double A? They're double A. That would be a big move up. I mean, not a he's third base coach, so yeah, okay. I'll offer him that. We'll go 150. That offer. Okay. Okay, so we'll move ahead a little bit. I may update my trade needs, my team needs. We're still looking for relief. We're still looking for starting pitching. I'm going to say average there. And I would also say we're looking for kind of any hitter that can play DH. Average. Again, I don't want anyone more than like 35, 23. We'll do that. Just give a little bit more. And you know who I also would like to upgrade is a shortstop. We got Scott McPherson, who's okay, but he can't bat, and he's not really winning any awards here either. Although, yeah, zone ratings. He's a good shortstop defensively. He's not a great shortstop defensively. We could find a better one. So you know what? I'm gonna say a shortstop as well. Maybe no more than 35. We're gonna say I want him to be a defensive wizard. I'll put it fair as well. Okay. And our trade block, we've still got McPherson on the trade block. And who else did I say was going to be potential trade bait material? He was in arbitration. It was Troy Murray. We're going to put him on the block as well. Okay, so we'll sim ahead a few days to awards. Okay, we got a deal already. And it is a straight up reliever for Manny Munoz, which is kind of interesting. He's good, but we're giving up an everyday second baseman. For Manny, I like Manny. Our assistant GM likes it. We could discuss this and see if we could maybe... They could give us a sweetener of some sort. Maybe a decent prospect? I don't know. Like this guy? They actually would give me Nathan Cahill from Prince Albert, who's been pretty good. I mean, you won't give me that guy. What if I remove that? They're not going to give up their top pitching prospect. What about this guy? He says, let me give this a little more thought. Wally Krant. Oh, he pitches too. He's a two-way. He's more of a lottery ticket. Do we want to give up Manny? I don't know if we want to. We're just a reliever. I feel like we're trying to force something we don't. There's gonna be lots of trade offers, so we're gonna say no to that. We're gonna say no to that. All right. Okay. Oh, wow. They want Calgary wants Bruno Henry. Yeah, I don't think so. He's 36, but he was so good in the playoffs. Garth Clattenburger, yeah, he's kind of a downgrade from Munoz as well. So we're going to say no to that. But some interesting offers coming in. Some interesting offers coming in. There's going to be a lot. Okay, George Bolger is signed. George Bolger has been signed. He will now be making 5.5, and it'll, yeah, he even took the team option too. Okay, we got a center fielder locked in. Danny Oleg, he also will sign. Okay, good. Adrian Watts. Yeah, he'd be great. I mean, I don't have anyone that's going to make that work, so not going to happen. Okay, let's move ahead a little more. I get so many trade proposals here. Ooh, this is interesting. Ooh, this is interesting. Garrison LeMay is kind of who we've been looking for defensively. And he can play a bit of everything. I mean, he's not great, but he's definitely an upgrade for McPherson, I think. Well, let's compare. He's definitely a better hitter. Definitely a better hitter. He's a little faster. They're about even there. Really comes down to this. Pearson's got the better range. Slightly better arm. He's actually better there, too. Ooh. Ooh, this is an interesting one. He's 28. He's still on the books for another 4 years, too. But it's going to require us giving up Willie Sanchez, who asked me a couple years ago. Oh, he's a heart and soul guy. Captain, leader. He's got everything I like, but he was merely average. And that's going to also increase our shopping if we do this. Oh, that's very, very tempting. But I mean, that's going to knock us down to like 2 really good pitchers. I think I need Willie Sanchez still. That would break up the chemistry too. Very tempting. Very, very tempting. I'm going to turn it down. I am going to turn it down. All right. Okay, so Great Glove Awards. Who do we have? Peyton Laviolette wins another one behind the plate. Excellent. That's it, though. That is it. Interesting. Okay, I thought Cross would have maybe won it in left field, but it was Bob Jones. All right. All right. Excuse me. Okay. Louis Fabe. What? What do you? Oh, he might move. He's been the manager. Hmm. Be worth extending potentially? Wow. He wants like more than double his salary. If you want to go, you can go. That's fine. A lot. Well, he does have that legendary mechanics. He's actually very good. You know what? For a AAA guy. I'll extend him at like 120. And Victoria wants to look at a trade. They want to send me a couple prospects. Then they want McPherson. I mean, then I could make that other trade with Montreal, but we're going to hold on to that, so no. Okay, reliever of the year. It won't be anyone from our team. Waldo Gamble. Ooh, actually pretty close. Felipe Lepine. Double Edmonton guys. And it's Chris Washburn from Ottawa winning it. Okay, Platinum Stick. Do we have any Platinum Stick players? No, that is a huge no. Do we have any? No, we are shut out offensively. Yeah, I mean, we didn't really have any standout guys, but yeah. No one is winning it. Ludovic winning another one. God, this guy's trophy case is piling up. He's so good. He's locked. He's done with Calgary still. Yeah. I'm like, could we get him? But we'd have to give up quite a bit. We don't have anyone that good. Unless they'd go 1-for-1. Would they go 1-for-1? I'm just curious. Would you go Fred Mills? Oh. Bauer doesn't even want to go here. Executing is no trade. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Paul Wiseman. He's going to be a real high-played player. Ooh. That big contract kicks in. My God, he's so good. He's so good. Okay. Moving ahead. Rookie of the year. Armani Butler from North Battleford. They struggled this year. And Mullally. How would John Quintal? I know of this guy. Yeah, he'd be unreal in our uniform, but no. Oh, wow. Is he in a super friendly deal, too? Oh, Moose Jaw. There's no way they would. Although he would probably opt out for more cash there, but. Wow. I mean, I'll look, but. I don't see it. No, they're not going to make that happen. No chance. All right, we'll go to Manager of the Year. It's me. I win. That's awesome. Okay, Regina Al Phillips. That's an interesting name. Ryan Sharkey. No, I don't think so. Claiborne of Cape Breton wins it. Okay. And look at this. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought maybe. I didn't want to jinx it, but I'm like, is Patterson in the running? And it's not even close, actually. Jack Patterson out of nowhere. I mean, all of these guys are significantly, well, not significantly, but quite a bit better. But Jack Patterson takes it, and he is our pitcher of the year. Didn't even somehow get him pitcher of the year, but doesn't even get invited to the All-Star game. Figure that out. 20-7, 2.95 ERA. Yeah, he had a great season. Not a good playoff, but he had a great season. So, And he's locked into a very friendly deal for the next 4 years. So we'll take that. All right. And MVP, it's Quintal, who, yeah, isn't going to go anywhere. And a whole bunch of bone pilers. Fred Mills didn't get any first played votes. And Paul Wiseman, I think he's won one every year, has he not? Yes. Most valuable player 3 years in a row. Guy's really good. Really good. I don't know why St. John's didn't re-sign him. Probably didn't have the money. Okay, so we're going to look ahead to arbitration hearings. If we can get there, we'll probably get some more trade proposals. Again, they're throwing a lot of shortstops our way. We're saying no to that. I'm going to empty all my emails here. Delete these. Filling up. Okay. Moncton. Again, they want Sanchez, although I don't hate this deal. He's got a good leader ability and work ethic ability. I mean, it's kind of a 1-for-1 here. Sanchez is a little bit older, but Hapgood has this extra little potential that might bump him up. He's fragile though. That's ooh, he's missed a lot of time. That's a big one there. But they probably want him because he's locked up again to another fairly friendly deal, whereas Hapgood is still going to arbitration. So I don't think we're going to take that deal either. Try to get to arbitration here, but we continue to get... That is definitely not happening. Continue to get offers here. Pete Fraser for Henry. Better closer, but again, Henry's pretty much not for sale. Now let's see how we do in arbitration. Doug Reeder is going to get a little bit more. That's fine. Bill Fimber is going to get a little bit more. Team. Okay. All right. Now it is time to go shopping here. International free agents are in. Free agents are filing. There's some big boys out here. So we need to make a little shopping list. We need to make ourselves a little shopping list. As this is going to be like a bunch of freaking piranhas going at it here. There's some interesting guys on the trade block too. Oh boy. Okay, there's lots to sort out here. Lots and lots and lots to sort out. Okay. So we're going to take a look. Are there any holes? I mean, technically, we have a starting 9. Can we make improvements? Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely, we can make improvements. Kind of right field is definitely up. I actually want to see if we could just maybe shop Troy around right now. Oh, wow, nobody really wants him, so that sucks. That's it? Really? On a pretty friendly contract? Well, he's got 1 year left. So yeah, he's not going to probably get much anyway. So yeah, DH is probably a definite priority. So a good hitting guy. So someone would be willing to pay some cash for. Definitely. And it's really the pitching, because we're now going into the 5-man rotation. I mean, technically, I guess it would be. Oh boy. We don't even have anyone sitting in AAA either. Wow. Okay. This is gonna be interesting. We got a little more shopping than we thought here. I guess Burrow would be. We need a number 5. We need one more pitcher, maybe 2. We need at least 2 more relievers and a bat. So I would say our shopping list would be a good starting pitcher, 2 good relievers, and a bat. So let's go shopping because we have cash. Not a ton, but we do have cash. We do have cash. We have $33 million available here. Just want to make sure that our scouting and stuff is lining up with other teams. Edmonton's spending a lot. Just want to make sure. Our staff payroll is huge compared to others. Okay, we're not spending way more, way less than any other team right now. So yeah, 33. I feel like that's pretty safe. So let's go shopping. This is going to be good. Okay, what do we want to focus on first? Do we want to go out and try to get a pitcher right off the bat? I think so. I think so. Let's filter by starters. You know, there is Ivan Casanova, who's out there. He had a very rough season. I mean, what is he looking for? He's looking for a pretty significant payday. 9 years, $13 million. A lot of scratch for a guy that struggled in 2007. Although actually he just struggled with Quebec. Looks like he got traded mid-season. He was 10 and 14. He was very average, but he still led the league in strikeouts. You know, he was still pretty damn good. He's tiny. He's only 5'9". 5'9", 190. Roberto Castillo, here's another really good guy. Last 3 seasons with Manitoba, he's been an absolute workhorse, leading strikeouts 3 years in a row. WAR 3 years in a row. He's won 2005 and 2006 Pitcher of the Year. Probably seeing a little regression. He is seeing a little regression. He's 31. I mean, what would he be looking for? Yeah, no, we're not giving him 8 years. I mean, I'd give him like 5. But he's not going to want that. Mark Dickey would be another one. I like where he is age-wise, only 27. He's good. He would be a decent, like, number 2 guy. What's he looking for? He's looking for 7 years. This is a little bit more palatable. We would lose a draft pick potentially as well. Or do I just go big? Team captain. I just love saying Ivan Cass. I've had my eye on this guy since the beginning of this save. He was very average. Very, very average last year. You know what? We're gonna talk to him. We're gonna talk to him. 9 years, that'll bring him to 36. Can we get him down to 8? And that is a lot of money. And we get him down to like something like that. Player option at 35. That's a big offer. Trying to take just a little bit off the front end. He likes it. I always feel like I offer him too much, but all right, we're going to submit that. That is a huge offer. Absolutely monster offer, but hey, with all this extra money hanging around, we can actually do it. So it'll be hard to say if other teams are going to offer more than that, but we're going to be in on Mr. Casanova right off the bat. Okay, let's go look at relievers. Relievers are going to be a little pricey too. Bill Vollmer, I really like. He won reliever of the year 2005 with Oshawa. Oh yeah, he was a stud reliever. I mean, he'd be great. He's cheap. I mean, relievers are a dime a dozen. Got two lethal pitches. And he does have trouble with left-handed hitters. Yeah, a lot of trouble with left-handed hitters, actually. Ooh, he really struggled against lefties. But he was absolutely dominant against righties. Huh. Interesting. He'd almost be more like a specialist. That's a lot of money for a specialist. That's a lot. I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea. Pete Williams, veteran. He was great last year. He's been all over the place. Price is definitely right on Enrique Black Beans Martinez. This is an easy offer. Done. Not sure if he'll go for that, but that's in. Trevor Pinkson, he's a little expensive. He was in Calgary, so I'm always worried about potential inflated stats just because that team is so good. And could we get him down? Maybe a 3-year deal. What if I had 3.6 for all? Yeah, okay. A little high, but okay. What else? So that's 2 relievers. It's the bat. We gotta go look for a bat. Just give me the best of the frickin' best. All batters. Who you got? Who do you got? Hernandez is a little bit old, but he is an absolute home run frickin' machine. He's an 80-80, and he'd only be a 3-year commitment because he's old. I'm just like, how is he going to regress a lot? He's still 80-80. You had any big injuries? He's had a cold. For cautionary reasons. I've never actually seen that injury description. Interesting. Yeah, he's been healthy versus someone like a Pete Halfyard, who I feel like I've seen him be a solid third base. Well, who is my third baseman? He's actually not. He only played 58 games last year. No injuries, though. Oh, he hasn't friggin' played in 2 years. No wonder. So teams haven't been able to sign him because he's been so. But he's literally been sitting on the bench for 2 years just because of all the financial issues with the CBL. Yeah, okay. Wow. I mean, that's a bit of a gamble. That is a bit of a gamble. Hirone Sukada. Hironori Sukada. He looks really good too. And another smaller commitment, 34. Hmm. Cam Pitts, yeah, he was pretty good in Edmonton. A big hitter too. Big hitter. He's a lefty too, which is not as good against lefties, but he murders righties. He okay against lefties? Okay. Hmm. Man, kid in a candy store here. Pete Halfyard's like the cheap option because he's just been sitting on the bench. He's slow though. That's the thing. He's very slow. Hernandez at least has a little speed, and he's maybe a little less of a. Although, how much does Halfyard want? He only wants 2 years. That's almost a steal. I'm gonna straight up just meet this demand. I think he's gonna get bigger offers. I think his offers may balloon, but who knows? Okay, so we'll kind of keep those for now. And we'll zoom ahead a little bit. Trade proposal. That's Takashi Ino. Pretty good defensive catcher. We already have a good one. So, no. Okay. Manitoba. Not a good deal. So yeah, as you can see, lots of movements. Lots and lots of movement happening. They want to send me Larry Sevier. Kind of meh. Why would my assistant GM say like this deal? On what planet would you like this deal? Not even a good defensive shortstop. You're crazy. You're crazy. Oh my God, Fredericton. They have the 3 most expensive contracts in the league? Why do they spend so much money? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Hmm. Okay. Anyway, just curious there. All right, let's see if we can move it up a few more days. Not really in a trade mode here, but a lot of shortstops being offered. This is a straight 1-for-1 shortstop deal. Basically, their shortstop for ours. They both have essentially similar contracts. 30 person's 31. They're like the same friggin' player. But Pablo has the advantage in that he can play a few more positions. You know what? We're gonna say goodbye to Scott McPherson, and we're gonna complete this trade. So that is done. North Battleford. No, I still say I might pull the defensive shortstop thing off my list now. I'm gonna delete that. So Velasquez, he's gonna go right onto the active roster. Alistair Belong. Oh yeah, he was the guy that was sitting around all last year. I'm just curious what they would want for him. Would the oh, he's injured. Oh, I can't even make a deal with him anyway. Another trade proposal. They want me to retain 95% of his salary. No. All right. Well, there's going to be a lot more deals here. Casanova likes my offer right now. 3 of these 4 guys favoring the offer. So that is good news for us right now. Very, very, very good news. All right. I'm going to stop the episode here as we still got a lot of off-season free agency stuff to go. But I like how things are stacking up right now. So we'll see how this team looks as we head into December and see what other moves we can potentially make. I kind of got to think about this off recording here just to see what I really want to do and who's maybe someone we can look at packaging for a deal or something like that. So anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll see you next time.